Welcome to your weekly mixtape and weekend review for All About Your Benjamins for June 9th, 2019. No major intro, let's just get straight to the headlines of what may be or may not be impacting your financial plan and portfolio. So the market this week finally had a good week. The last few weeks have been questionable, some selling off going on. Real reasons why, you have the tariffs out there with China, the trade war, all that conversation, but some other factors out there. But this week the market was actually up, and there was a surprising reaction on Friday. So Friday was the jobs report. The number did not come back as strong as expected, yet the market took off. Up a couple hundred points on the Dow, for whatever that's worth. But the reaction was positive. And it's kind of a surprising reaction because the reason for the optimism in the market in the short term was the expectation that with a lower jobs number, that maybe the Federal Reserve would cut interest rates. And I want to take a moment about why I think that is a backwards response. The Federal Reserve manipulates interest rates to try to stimulate or slow growth. Cutting interest rates is designed to stimulate growth, which means the economy would be struggling. So to me, a cut in the interest rates would signify that the economy is not doing very well, which would potentially be problematic. Yet Wall Street sees a positive in that. So if you look at the current landscape of what we know, unemployment's very low, the markets are near all-time highs again, the economy is growing. There's nothing out there that should signal that the economy is having a trouble, so why would we be optimistic about it cut the rates, other than that kind of puts fuel on the fire for the market, but it's not really warranted at this point. And personally, I hope they don't cut the interest rates, because that doesn't give us much in the way of things to do down the road if things do slow down, and we need to, if rates are all the way back down real low. So nonetheless, I bring that up just because the market sometimes does not react the way we would think it would, or rationally, and that's why investing is so hard. You can have a great thesis, but if you throw it away by the market's irrational response to some data that comes out on a Friday morning. So that is the case. So the market was good this week. That's great. Back up closer to the highs again, all feeding off potentially a cut in the interest rates from the Federal Reserve. So we'll see what happens. There is an article in the Weekend Review articles about the Fed mulling this over, about what they're going to do in June as far as rates go. Another thing that is on the headlines, I talked about it this week on the RLS Wealth Management Rundown on your Amazon devices. If you're not subscribing to that, you should definitely check that out, about the Mexican tariffs that were thrown into play, potentially the threat of them being thrown into play earlier in the week. Well, those were avoided last night. On Twitter, of course, President Trump announced that there had been an agreement between us and Mexico surrounding border control, and those tariffs would no longer be going into place this week. So we can sigh a little bit of have a sigh of relief that that's not going to go into place. We've avoided that potential mess, but we still have China out there, which will move the headlines as things continue to go on. But we avoided the Mexican tariffs. And the final piece I wanted to go over has nothing to do with the economy. It's a point of interest for me. The company Peloton, which makes the bikes and now treadmills, as confidentially, which is funny because now we're talking about it, there's a Wall Street Journal article about it, but it's confidentially filed for an IPO sometime this year. So it will be interesting to see how that does. There's been a lot of high-flying IPOs and some busts this year. Not making any recommendations one way or the other, but it's a company that I'm very interested in. I'm a personal fan of it and a user, and I hope it does well, because the company gets a lot of flack from people who don't understand the power of community and exercise. They talk about the expensive bikes and the service and how it's designed to fail, but the reality of it is that this company has created an amazing community, and I think people underestimate the value of a community when it comes to fitness. And not only are they providing fitness to people, but they're also injecting confidence into people. If you've ever done one of their classes, it's very much a positive mindset, and they're putting all this confidence into you. And when you do that, combined with working out and seeing changes, it really buys in and ties people in. So I'm a big fan of Peloton. Don't know what it means about the stock, but definitely excited to see it come to market and see what happens there. So that is everything for this week's Weekend Review. As always, thank you for watching first, but then be sure to subscribe to the blog, to the podcast, and definitely subscribe to the RLS Wealth Management Rundown on your Amazon devices. Monday through Friday, I basically do a mini weekend review from something from the day before to keep talking to you and educating you throughout the week. Sometimes it's news related, sometimes it's more philosophical, but be sure to subscribe to that to keep up to date. And you can hear from me 6 days a week if you want, because on Sunday, this video replays on your Amazon devices in case you don't get a chance to watch it. So thanks for watching. Be sure to check the mixtape down below if you're on allaboutyourbenjamins.com. Some great blog posts from my friends around the financial blogosphere. Be sure to check those out. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.